Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realize Future Blessings in Sherlock Holmes route. And we're hiding out in the warehouse in chapter 3. Woo! I was kind of concerned when we got to like chapter 3 kind of early, and I was like, maybe this isn't gonna be that long. But I mean, I think it's gonna be just as long as the routes in the original game. Sorry, I'm adjusting my headset right now as I'm trying to talk. You can hear weirdness going on. Because we have 2 choices in this route, and we're in a bad ending. And we haven't even gotten there. In chapter 4, we have a lot of choices. Wow. I think that's because chapter 4. Chapter 4, we go, Lupin, Impey, Saint Germain. Oh! Wait a minute, why is it only Lupin, Impey, Saint Germain? Like, go places. Like, hello? What about Victor and fucking Van Helsing? Jesus. That's so cool. Oh, so we are gonna... That's what I was wondering. I'm like, why don't we go to the mansion? Hello? I'm guessing we're gonna go there, but anyway. What do we do from here? We were able to escape from the agency, but that only buys us time. We need to fight back somehow. Indeed. Ideally, we'd hide away somewhere while we go over our options. Although I have a few ideas for hideouts, I can't say with confidence that any of them are safe at present. Then why don't we leave London for now? If we're quick enough, we might be able to disguise ourselves and evade arrest. But then we'd never be able to close in on that bastard Moriarty again. We exchange several words, but make little progress. Then after a while, we hear voices from outside. I heard that someone spotted a group that looked like the 3 somewhere around here. They couldn't have gone too far then. Hurry up and find them! We must avenge the Queen! They waste no time. It doesn't look like they'll let us rest that easily. I'll go take a look outside. You 2 rest your legs. Watson leaves, killing the sound of his footsteps. Left behind, we sit together in silence. All we're able to do is listen carefully to the conversation outside to monitor the situation. If Her Majesty is dead, then what's going to happen to this country? Will another country see their opportunity to invade? What? Are you saying there's going to be a war? Oh God, please, at least protect this child! I could hear the voices of the people hunting us down. Damn it all. It's those damn terrorists' fault. Yeah, we'll make them pay when we find them. No matter their age or gender, men and women, young and old, the whole of London is directing their spite at us. No one is our ally at this point. Solitude. Just us 3. Forced to confront that reality, a chilling shiver runs through me. Being drawn further and further into a corner feels as if I'm being entangled by an invisible spider's web. If this is all Moriarty's doing, then there's no other way to describe him than demonic. I'm sorry, Spacey. Why are you apologizing? You're not like Watson and me. You're not supposed to be wound up in this matter. If I had only returned you to Lupin, even by force, you would never have been caught up in this mess. Involving you in this was undeniably my fault. That's not... As he apologizes with downcast eyes, I try to speak, though I'm at a loss for words. Aha. Interesting. If we say the enemy is the bad one here, that actually brings us to the normal end, but it was my choice to say. That's what we're doing. You say it was your fault for getting caught up in this, but staying here in the first place was by my own will. You let me stay at your agency when I didn't know what to do. I have every reason to thank you and none to blame you. Why is he apologizing? Because he loves you. He shouldn't have any reason to. It's like we're so derpy. I love it. Because I want to make fun of her, like, oh my God, he's in love with you. Duh. But I am like so her, it's not even funny. People could be like, I'm in love with you. And I'd be like, I just don't understand why you're saying those words. What do they mean? What are you saying? I don't get it. Because I'm not fucking dumb. That's all I'm saying. Squinting my eyes from Sholmes's words, I drop my glance down to my own hands. Besides, a while back you reached out a helping hand to me. You said that I could love myself. You have no idea how much my heart was soothed by that. If you're referring to that one time, I'm afraid you're misjudging me. I shouldn't have any right to speak of forgiveness in the first place. Because I'm a sinner as well. Staring intently at his own hands, into the empty space, the expression on his face was one that looked like self-contempt. The appearance of the great detective that the world once knew is nowhere to be found, replaced instead by a man in anguish. Well, my job is to question and judge people's sins. My own hands are tainted with blood. For someone like myself to offer you comfort is quite ludicrous. Let's not. I shake my head, not wanting to see him with a sad expression. I can't say for sure why he's in such pain, but I wanted to help him somehow. This man that holds a deep loneliness in his eyes, just like how I once was, just like how he gave me a fragment of salvation. I want to return that gesture. What is your sin? I took away someone's happiness, so I have no right wishing for my own happiness. Why? You said so yourself, that even someone like me who had committed a sin is still allowed to love myself. So why can't you? We're different, you and I. You killed a woman named Elaine, but you never intended to kill her. It was a mistake, a tragic accident. Oh, but I, with my own hands, killed someone of my own accord. And because of that, you never deserve love? Indeed. That's wrong. Oh, ah! He's pulling the Van Helsing on us! Honey, I love it. I said, God damn it, that I don't deserve to be loved. Oh, I love it. I love the ones like this. You're like, no, I don't. I'm pathetic. And you're like, oh, you're so cute when you're feeling sorry for yourself. Aw. But look, he's so angry. It's kind of cute. As I'm cornered, my eyes reflect his pained face. A distance so close that our breaths would mingle together. But his eyes were anything but soft, tinged with the light of anger. Then you're saying that you'll love me. That you'll accept me along with my sins, take my hand, exchange a kiss. They were cruel words. I knew that he was trying to push me away. I'd be like, well, I mean, I can't because I would kill you, but for me, who holds this deadly poison, it's unbearably cruel. You can't, can you? Neither is it something I wish for. Sholm's hand combs through my hair. Oh. It was in a very sorrowful manner. Oh, that's so ridiculous. And now he's glancing it up. Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me. You're making me feel embarrassed. It's so cute, though. He's like brushes her hair. Oh. I don't have any right to love, and I don't have any right to be loved. Someone like me who took the happiness away from Watson can't possibly be happy himself. Happiness? From Watson? Sholmes' self-contempt melts away to the sky. I wonder what he means. But our difficult situation wouldn't allow us to continue talking leisurely. Is Mary dead? Oh! Spacey feels so awful for being like, get rid of your wife, Watson. Oh! 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 God! Oh! I would feel so awful. Both of you, we have to leave immediately. Hey, what's wrong? Did something happen? There you are, dear Watson. No, nothing worth talking about. It's an atmosphere that clearly feels as though something had happened. I'm sure Watson isn't that dense not to realize it. But he stiffens his face as if he suddenly remembers and turns around. Anyway, there's no time. Hurry up and follow me. The mob from earlier is coming this way. I see him! This way! Go around from that side! Huh! Good! Whoa, Holmes! Remember when you said you wouldn't pummel civilians? Of course. I just gave him a nudge. Though we are outnumbered. Escaping from the pursuers, we rush into the back alley. After being found, there was no other option. They're completely different from the Twilight soldiers who shun the public eye. This time we're up against the countless people of the nation. Individuals are hardly a threat, but as the commotion built and people gathered, we ended up cornered. Where are the smoke bombs? Victor! Victor, we need you and your smoke bombs. As we toll out the main street, we discover that we're completely surrounded. Stop right there, criminals! We'll shoot you dead on the spot if you resist. Can't. Nicely done! We've cornered him! Submit without resistance. Your crime for harming Her Majesty is grave. No! We'd never do something like killing Victoria! The people gathered and surrounded us in numerous layers. My protest only gets swallowed in the angry roars of the mob. It's just as Sholmes said. This mob had practically abandoned their critical thinking ability. No matter how much we shout from the tops of our lungs, there's no getting through to them. Then at that moment, the soldiers surrounding us take a step back, and the walls of people slowly divides. A figure calmly walks between the parted mob. You know it's Moriarty. Without even trying to hide his malice, he stares at our predicament as if he's enjoying every moment.
How does it feel to be the mouse, great detective?
That's actually... I don't know. I don't think it was meant to be funny like that, but it's funny because, oh my God. One of my favorite Disney cartoons is The Great Mouse Detective. I remember watching that when I was a kid. Oh my God. And it's Sherlock Holmes and he's a mouse and... Oh my God. The mouse. Great detective. Like, Great Mouse Detective. Spacey found that amusing. I'm sorry.
I would very much like you to understand what it felt like trembling in fear being chased by you.
A valuable experience indeed, though I can't say it's something I'd want to experience a second time. James Moriarty, were you the one who assassinated Queen Victoria?
Indeed, Her Majesty the Queen became our sacrifice.
If it's come to this, then perhaps it's not a problem if someone overhears him. Moriarty easily acknowledges it even among this many people.
Because Queen Victoria was needlessly competent, she had most of her political affairs focused on herself. It seems that she had made arrangements so that things would function without her in the event of an emergency. But unfortunately, most in the positions of managing political matters in an emergency are my friends. No matter how many measures one takes, if there's no direct line of successors, there's no avoiding momentary confusion. Losing the leader of their country is all it takes to put them in the sorry state. Truly, a nation is a fragile thing.
I see. So at present, the power over the British Empire is within your grasp. You son of a... Are you planning to become the King of England or something, Moriarty? Oh my God! Holy shit! That would just fuck with everything. You'd be like, I don't even... We're all dead. We're all doomed. Oh, wait.
If I'm to claim any title, then let it be the King of Criminals. Even if I wasn't originally planning to come out to the surface like this. But now that my nemesis is involved, well, it's something of an entertaining show.
A show? Losing the Queen, who's the face of the United Kingdom, the country falls into a state of panic. Surely there are many countries licking their lips at the prospect of invading their once mighty enemy. And if it comes to war, no matter how superior our military might, many will die and the nation will fall to ruins. You can't seriously assert that this is a show!
If you take issue with my phrasing, why don't I rephrase it as an appetizer? To me, everything is a show. Everything other than the battle with my nemesis.
This man has lost his mind. I'm rendered speechless before this pillar of deep darkness who calls this catastrophic incident a show. It's like we know jack shit about like anything and we're like, even I know that this is bad. Oh my God. And like, I know all the repercussions of everything he just did. And he's over there like, we're like, wait, I'm dumb. Like literally, because I've only been like conscious for like 2 fucking years. So I only have like 2 years worth of knowledge aside from like normal shit. I'm not even sure what a steam engine is or a prostitute, but I'm like, oh dude, the repercussions of this are immense across the kingdom. We got political savvy is all I'm saying. This Spacey does not. This Spacey hates politics, but I'm just saying, Spacey in the game is like, oh! It's amazing. It's kind of funny. Like, if she knows that this is bad shit, again, with only 2 years worth of, you know, stocked up knowledge and not sure what a fucking, never having seen London before, never having seen a locomotive, not really sure what a prostitute is, and is like, girl, this is bad. Then, girl, this is bad. I mean, we know it's bad, but, like, I'm just saying. Come on.
Now, great detective Sherlock Holmes, John H. Watson, the girl who carries the horologium, Spacey.
Every once in a while, I just like to read it in all caps.
You have only 3 cards to play, whereas I have the 16 million people of the United Kingdom as my pawns. Under British Empire law, you are a wanted criminal, and you're the one who must be tried by the law. What will you do, watchdog of the law, now that the law has become your enemy?
As if in response to Moriarty's signal, the soldiers that were restrained begin to rush towards us. I really thought we were going to get away. Sherlock Holmes, surrender without resisting. If you have anything to say in your defense, save it for later. Prepare to face trial. That does not look like I'm facing trial. That looks like I'm facing a firing squad. The people rush in and we're quickly engulfed. The soldiers surround us in a circle. The noisy mob right outside of that. And out of all of them, not a single person is on our side. In this situation, there's nothing else we can do. Just as that resignation is about to fill my head. It's one of our boys. I just don't know which one. I'm going to guess it's Lupin, because I just figure Lupin would be the one teasing us. So we're going to go with Lupin until we know otherwise. By golly, ending up on the wanted list after being away from us for such a short time. A nostalgic and powerful voice. It echoes over the crowd along with the sound that cuts through the wind. I know this voice. I recognize the sound. The ornithopter. Yeah! just that, oh my god, you've been away from us and look at you. Like, I'd expect him to taunt, like, Holmes. Like, now who's the criminal? Like, what in the world are you getting yourself into and leaving me, your master, out of the fun? Ahoy there, Spacey! Your prince has arrived along with a friend. Oh, Lupin, you brought Impey! Nice. And he's like, wait, that's not... Lupin, Impey! You can rest and breathe a sigh of relief now that we're here. Wait for me, my angel! Hey, move aside, move aside. I'm not gonna hold back a single bit to the jerks that picked on our angel. Their princess, their angel. I love it. I love our boys. I just want a man hair. We just need them all. Can we just keep them all? Oh. Well, look! The thing! It's gonna charge right into us! Damn it, get down! Ripping through the wind with the sharp sound of its wings, the ornithopter rushes through, barely touching the ground. It throws the soldiers off to the side and flies off again. Moriarty narrows his eyes at the intruders that appear.
Oh, the gentleman thief Arsène Lupin, is it? I didn't expect you to show up. Damned petty thief! You dare defy me, who encompasses all manner of crime?
All manner of crud, more like. You're simply steamed the credit for yourself. You simply steam the credit for yourself. It becomes an inconvenience for me when a criminal devoid of aesthetics, such as you, throws his weight around. You know what to do, Spacey. Operation code 78845. Oh, fuck! Wait! Let me get my fucking manual out. Flip. Hold on. Is that the one with the roller skates and the whipped cream? Because I thought that was a private thing. Oh, no. 8845. I thought you said 8445. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me look out. Operation code. What's that code mean? I don't know, but it's probably just a bluff to confuse the enemy. Huh? What do you mean? But I do have an idea of what Lupin would do in a situation like this. Responding to Sholmes with a nod, I stare intently and observe the ornithopter that makes a steep turn and heads this way. Considering the current situation, I'm sure Lupin is planning to... 3, 2, 1... Now! Our field of view is covered in a smokescreen and the rope ladder is dangled from the ornithopter in the same instant. Both of you, grab on! And they're all standing there, oh my god, we're all panicking! And I'm just standing there chill as fuck. I mean, she was like, just as I'm about to get worried, I'm like, our boys are gonna come save us at some point. Come the fuck on. This is how it works. Boys ex machina, okay? Like, handsome men ex machina. They always fucking come for your ass. And this is no different. We needed them. Hey, we came up with a good plan. We got Sholmes and Watson out, and now it's time for somebody else to, like, save us. Because, like, okay, now we're in too deep. Can't do this by there they are. Dun, 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 dun. Boys to the rescue. Damn. Jolly good. I'd expect no less from my dearest apprentice. You knew just what to expect. You three, climb up it one at a time, and hang on tight. Hey, Lupin. 5 people is way too much. Worry not. It's practically 4 people and 1 pet. Oh, is that so? Well, in that case... Wait, no. Who are you counting as the pet? Oh, just clap your trap. Just clap your trap. Oh, just clap your trap and show some guts for once. This isn't something that can be solved with guts. Phew, your friends are a rowdy lot. But thanks to them, we're saved. For now. Fine coordination, perfectly in tune with each other. I must admit, I'm a tad jealous. Watson climbs the rope ladder first, followed by Sholmes. I take up the lead, climbing the ladder in haste, but... They're escaping! Fire! Fire! Sounds of gunfire pass by our shoulders. From the smoke that begins to clear, the soldiers with their guns pointed come into my sight. They recovered quickly. They're already starting to fire at us. Damn it! So there's no time to spare for a proper evacuation. Spacey, and you extras, don't care where, just hang on to something. Spacey, reach out your hand. Right then, and away we go! It was Sholmes' immediate judgment. Oh, look how fucking pretty he is! Oh. I'm sorry, I know we're falling to our death here, and we actually are gonna fall to our death because probably where the bad path happens, but look how pretty he is! Guys, he's so pretty! I'd be like, oh, swoon! Anyway, the moment my fingers lost their strength, and the moment the ornithopter accelerated, sparing me from the worst outcome, he grabs my hand and pulls me up, faster than anyone, when the two coincidences overlap. That was too close for comfort. Beneath my leg, only the sky spread now. Sholmes! His hand grasps mine tightly. My clothes flutter in the wind as we ascend. What? Spacey! Sholmes! Are you two all right? Whoa, whoa! Spare us the heroics! Damn it, hang in there, Holmes! Just a little more! In the midst of the chilling fear of having nothing under my feet, Sholmes' warmth was tightly bound to my very being. Sholmes! Oh, look at him smiling! Oh God, we're not gonna let go. We can't let go for that face. That face is what we're holding on. I would rather you not make such an anxious face. A lady's weight is like a feather to me. A rope ladder in one hand, me in the other. Sholmes couldn't possibly have any strength to spare in this unstable position. But even as my body shakes to and fro, Sholmes is smiling softly. Don't worry, I will never let go of this hand. Isn't that what Lupin says to us at the end of the first game? His warmth grows even stronger, as if to prove that his words are sincere. But, as if to betray those words, a gunshot of despair resounds. What? There's a split second of my scorching heat that grazes the back of my hand. And even more horrendous than the sound of the gunshot is the sound of something burning. Sholmes! I no longer care about the pain from the bullet that grazed me, but from the back of my hand, my cursed blood begins to spread. Slowly, gradually, corroding Sholmes' glove, burning his skin.
It seems I'm still a marksman after all.
Shouldn't we be high enough and far enough away that they can't shoot us? What are we doing, just hovering? Moriarty's words from afar sound like mosquitoes in my ear. I know it just all happened kind of like split-secondy, but...
What will you do now, Spacey? His arm will rot and fall apart if he continues to be exposed to your poison. If you truly care about him, you should let go of that hand right this instant. Then, devoid of emotion, all that's left is to throw that body of yours to the ground below.
I will... This is where we get our bad path, guys. We're getting our last bad path, guys. We're going to... I will... Let go of his hand leads to a bad ending. It should, because even though we've gone down the good path, this choice should automatically lead to a bad path, whether we're in the good path or the normal ending. But so we're going to let go. The decision was a quick one. Well, of course. There was only ever one conclusion to begin with. Sholmes, Spacey, you treated me like a human, like an ordinary girl. That made me so happy. So happy that I wanted to cry. I wonder if I'm managing to smile now. And then we're already home. I'm like, well, I was going to let you go, but now your arm just rotted off. Shut up, Spacey. Let go and die. That sounds terrible, but I don't want this person who carries a sin to bear any more pain. So I try to force a smile. Liking someone, cooking for them, just like an ordinary girl would. would. Thank you for letting me dream such a wonderful dream. But in the end, I'm a monster. Quietly, as if to sever the warmth that connects us, I let go. His face becomes more distant. The wind begins to taunt my whole body. Sholmes shouts something, but I can't make out his voice. I simply wait for that moment when I'm slammed to the ground. The end. Damn. That's so sad, guys. We just killed ourselves. We did it to save him and his hand, but it's okay. I'm sure he'll be fine. We're going to. Did you guys have enough time to recover from that? Wait. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Let you guys recover from that traumatic ending. I hope you can't hear me drinking, but I think you can, so I'm sorry. I want to let go. I don't want to let go. I can't let go. I have no choice but to let go. The many contradictory emotions rising and falling inside of me. Slowly, gradually, the red drops that trickle down from my hand creep onto his. I must let go. Sholmes will die if I don't let go. But my delusional mind insists that I'll never get to see him again if I let go. I'm sorry. I can't let go. What a horrible ego. The most despicable kind of selfishness, unworthy for a doll like me. I'm sorry, Sholmes. Why was I born with a body like this? Why do I always hurt the people who are dear to me? The wind carries away my tears that overflow. You're holding on with one hand. Can't you, reach up your other hand, grab on, and then, let go with the hand that's burning? I'm just saying. With each second, I hear the sound of his life scraping away. However, quite all right. Despite his face twisting in pain, Sholmes is still undeniably smiling. You're fine just the way you are. There's no need to be ashamed of wanting to live. Of your life, your existence. There's no need to feel inferior in any way. Sholmes, I'm sorry. I never intended to involve you or Watson in this mess. If I were intent on remaining solitary, there are plenty of ways to go about it, but I was too soft on myself. As a small apology, such as it is, would you leave the rest to me? Sholmes puts more strength into his hand as he smiles. Where did he find that sort of strength? Pain Man. Even as his body sizzles and burns, he pulls me up as if to expend every ounce of strength left in him. Watson, take care of her. Got it. All right, this way. Hang in there, young lady. And then, just as he entrusts me to Watson, Sholmes' body tilts. Holmes! It's already too late. You don't have to worry about anything. Perhaps he used all of his strength by pulling me up. Or perhaps he was planning to do this all along. Without having any way of knowing his true intentions. I will take down James Moriarty. He's falling. Those are the words he leaves us with. As he falls to the place where not a single friend could be found, Herlock Sholmes falls. Why? Holmes! Lupin, turn back! Watson and I scream from the top of our lungs, but there's no way he didn't hear us, but he simply continues staring forward. Lupin? It's fine. Just keep going forward. Impey leans on the control stick and the ornithopter goes even higher in altitude. Higher and higher. Lupin, why? I'll listen to what you have to say later. But for now, just bear it. Ooh, Lupin, snappy. After that, Lupin remained silent. No matter what we yelled, he would only stare forward with a stern face and eyes clenched. Soon the scene became further away, fading away into the distance beyond the steam, leaving only Sholmes behind with the enemy. But... Drowning out my voice that calls for his name, only the flapping sound of the ornithopter echoes through the air. The cold wind that passes over me seems as though it wants to brush away the warmth of his hand. We're far above the ground in the distant sky. Even so, Watson and I continue to stare at the place where Sholmes disappeared from here. We're just staring into the nothingness because he Damn it! Damn it all! It's just like back then. This time he was right in front of me, and still, yet again, I let him... Again? Sholmes mentioned before that he took away your happiness. Tell me, Watson, what happened between you and Sholmes? I see. Right. I'm sure you have the right to hear it. I'll tell you then about the great Detective Holmes's mistake. Oh, yay! I'm not going to read this in Watson's voice because it's going to hurt my throat. I'll try to read it slightly more, okay. Challenging cases that deceive the public eye. Heinous crimes that many fell victim to. Unsolved cases that would make even the Yard veterans throw in the towel. Sticking his head in only those difficult cases, London's finest detectives solved those mysteries like magic. Sherlock Holmes. I'd written about some of his cases and published them to the public, but those make up only a small portion of the case files. If you add up the major and minor cases he was involved with solving, that number would well exceed 100, perhaps even 200. Well, I suppose it's precisely because he was involved in so many cases that it was only a matter of time before he noticed. I can't say when he first had the realization, but Holmes had learned of the malice that lurked behind the crimes that occurred in London. By my deductions of more than half of the heinous crimes that occur here in London, almost all of the unsolved cases are by the hands of one man in particular. Whoa, Holmes! Do you seriously believe that? How many cases do you suppose occur in a single London day? I'm not necessarily saying that he's directly responsible for them, but in the shadows of all the major cases, traces of his affiliation can be found without exception. In spite of that, his identity remains hidden in the darkness. This is the first time I've encountered an existence in which I'm having difficulty finding a lead. Although he spoke of him as an unforgivable criminal, it almost sounded like Sholmes was having fun with it all in some ways. It's a challenge. He said that this entity may be the greatest enemy he's ever encountered since starting this detective business. From then on, Holmes chased after the shadow of the cases, beginning to analyze the mastermind's psychology. More than likely, the opponent began to notice Holmes's existence as well. Let's see. If I had to describe the process, it was a bit like playing a game of chess, making each move via letter. Unable to meet face to face, they began to see each other's characters through every move they made. Cautious or bold, rational or emotional. But the two didn't even know what the other looked like, yet they knew each other's ways better than anyone else. Wouldn't Moriarty know what Holmes looks like? Because it would just be easy to find, because it's not like it's like, oh, mysterious detective solves crime. They'd be like Sherlock Holmes, and someone would have a picture of him. He would have seen it somewhere. Moriarty, no, but no matter how many cases I unravel, I can never quite reach him. After putting together the pieces from the traces of those myriad cases, I'm finally beginning to see the whole picture. Not to gloat, but this is why no one other than myself can ever capture him. I have no doubt that he was the only one who could clearly make out the spider's web that the enemy had spread about. Just as he said, Holmes solved each case one by one, as if to untie the tangled strings. Finally, he had the mastermind pinned under his thumb, a blade to his throat. But it was right around that time when that dreadful case took place. I told you about that period of time when I was living with Holmes, but around that time I married my wife. I left his agency where I'd been living and began living together with my wife. Makes sense. But that didn't mean that my friendship with Holmes had ceased, of course. I left in an instant when I heard that he was involved in a major case. And he was the first to congratulate us when he heard that Mary and I were to be wed. But our happy life together was not to be. Oh God, Mary's dead. Mary died. It was on the day when I returned from the United States on a business trip. I was informed about it from a Yard I knew. Holmes fucked up and she died. Or Holmes killed her. Oh my God! I feel really bad now. I knew when he was like, I ruined his happiness. I'm like, oh, I knew it. Spacey is an asshole. Can I just rewind this entire... I'm just going to not post any of these videos and be like, oh, golly gee, he's married. That's just wonderful. And not, tell him that he should get rid of the wife and join our man harem. Oh, I feel so guilty now. I feel so guilty! Guys, I'm a horrible person! Holmes and I deserve each other. We're both horrible people. Holmes was standing in the middle of the heavy rain, staring at Mary, who lay on the ground, cast his head down as if to endure pain. Tell me what happened, Holmes. Hey, say something. What happened? Why did Mary have to die? I'm sorry, dear Watson. It's all my fault. I killed Mary with my own 2 hands. Oh my God! What? Why? Huh? What do you mean? That doesn't explain anything. Hey, Holmes, tell me. Just like we always do. Till I'm convinced. Explain everything to me. In the end, the truth about the incident was never spoken of from his own mouth. Fatally injured, Mary couldn't properly exchange words with me. Passed away without so much as a goodbye. It was only at a later time that I learned of the details of the incident over cold paperwork handed to me by the yard. According to it, the incident was an unexpected crime by a random assailant with a knife. Holmes tried to break in between them when Mary was attacked, but amidst the scuffle, Mary was stabbed with a knife by mistake. That was the truth the yard saw. Holmes wasn't charged with any crime as it was an accident, and the thug was captured, but it was clear as day that he was just a scapegoat. Even if Holmes said nothing of it, I knew. Wait. The thug was a scapegoat? Or Mary was murdered because it would hurt Watson and Holmes and it was a Moriarty thing? Or, like, because why did, or is he trying to sit there and say, like, he stabbed my wife, but I'm still pals with him? What? In fact, it was because he wouldn't talk about it that I was able to tell. The king of the criminals who Holmes was after. While Holmes searched for clues leading to him, Harry was caught up in an incident and killed. It had to have been a warning to Holmes. If you keep getting yourself involved with this, I can't guarantee your safety, or even the safety of those close to you. I was thoroughly warned. The police inspector whom I was acquainted with cautioned me as such, but I was all too eager to prod the hornet's nest. If the target of my revenge would show on his own, my job couldn't get much easier. Okay, so that's exactly why. So, like, he's away, and Moriarty's like, Holmes, you best leave me alone because I'm going to stab your friend's wife. Because then Watson would be pissed, angry at Holmes because you didn't save her! And then you know what I mean? It's like, you basically are murdering someone and ripping Holmes' best friend away. That's actually worse than killing Mary and Watson. Like, if he had killed both of them, right? Then Holmes would be like, fuck, I'm mad now. But then it's like, well, now I'm ruined because I couldn't save my best friend's wife. Now he hates me. That's worse than your best friend and his wife dying. It's like your best friend hates you because his wife is dead, thinks you did it. But I mean, he didn't, but you know. And Watson is a better person than that Moriarty, so fuck you, but still, man. I was all prepared to drag him out by the tail alongside Holmes. But, contrary to my resolve, Holmes stopped talking to me after that incident. From what I could gather, he too only had minimal contact with the yard. I assume he didn't want to get anyone involved again. Oh, he's trying to protect you because he loves you. Oh, that's so hard. And he feels guilty. He began chasing after the case alone. Running all around London and weary, alone he cornered Moriarty. Alone he challenged Moriarty to a final battle. And then didn't return. Yawning over the morning paper, I learned of my friend's death from the headlines. It wasn't even in London, but far across the ocean, Reichenbach in Switzerland. He was fighting a duel to the death, and I didn't even know it. He died someplace far away, and I didn't even know it. I couldn't even bring myself to cry. It all felt so unrealistic that I couldn't believe a moment of it. I was convinced that he might just suddenly appear again when another major case came up. I mean, he kind of did. Since then, I developed a habit of going to crime scenes whenever I heard about big cases. And the rest you already know. And I met you while chasing Jack's case. And then I found out that he was alive. See? Can't blame me now for wanting to smack him good after all that time, huh? Anyway, that's why he and I share the same enemy. And why Watson could magically live with us, despite the fact that he was married, because he's really not. Hey, don't go hitting on me, because I got a wife. No, you don't, sweetie. Oh, that makes me so much sadder. Not because I was an asshole and said, like, ditch your wife and come live with us and be in my man harem, but really more because now Just think back. Watson talking about, like, yeah, my Mary, this is what she says. She sounds great. She is great. Is? Oh, Watson. Or like, huh, my wife. I love my wife. And you're like, but she's dead, Watson. Oh. I just want to hug him now. Oh, you poor thing. She's gone, sweetie. You got to deal with reality. Oh, poor baby. Oh, I feel so bad for him now. It's kind of adorable. Oh, you poor thing. It's okay. You can just join the man here. It's okay. It's okay. We'll all embrace you because you are sad. He needs some time, guys. We're going to get him some therapy, and then we'll welcome into the fold. But it's okay. He can sit on the sidelines and get his therapy because he needs to accept that his wife is dead because he clearly has not adjusted to that well. It's okay. Poor Watson. That's fucking sad as shit. James Moriarty, man who pulls the strings on the most heinous crimes in London. Criminal extraordinaire. Napoleon of crimes. It's the name of Mary's enemy. Oh, Watson. It's not just because he lost his wife. It's literally because he keeps talking about Mary like she's still alive. Don't fall in love with me because my wife would get jealous. No, I'm fine. He's like, oh, because my wife's actually dead. Now I feel like... Ugh. Where am I? Mossy stone walls and rough iron bars leap into my view as I open my eyes. The sound of water dripping to the floor reverberates in my ears. The smell of mold enters my nose. And then I feel a burning pain in my arm and cold iron binding my wrists. Really? Oh! Oh, he's all tied up. Why is his whole... Oh, probably because he fell. But I'm like, why is his whole body, like, tied up? Because his hand would be where he burnt him. His whole arm wouldn't have been burned from that. Because this is our sexy CG, right? Don't we get an after scene with a sex? I mean, this is our sexy CG because... No, not that one. There we go. Because, you know, hi. He's shirtless. Granted, he's got bandages around, but you can see the nice abs. There you go, guys. Enjoy that for a minute. I was thinking of something, and then he so distracted me. Fuck, I had something to say before that distracted me. Well, there you go. I cannot. I'm seriously trying really hard to be like, what was I in the middle of saying? Damn, I don't even remember. Yeah, wow. Okay, thanks a lot, Sholmes. You just fucking ruined me. And that's not even as sexy as some of the other Hi. The Van Helsing one is still by far the best, but still, this one's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad when you take the thing away from it. Oh, look at his long, pretty hair. Newgate Prison. No, the dungeon of Buckingham Palace. Newgate Prison, one of the largest prisons in London. It is infamous for the horrendous treatment of its prisoners and is often compared to hell. So much fun when Ren that voice. The differences were evident. Compared to the hellish prisons on the surface, the palace dungeon, often used for political prisoners, was properly made. After deducing the situation from bits and pieces of information I can gather, I take a look at myself. My hand that had been burnt from the poison was wrapped in bandages. It appears to have been treated at least somewhat. Seeing as he went out of his way to have it treated, I suppose he doesn't intend on killing me immediately. But why is the rest of you bandaged? Now, what to do? I mean, seriously, why is the rest of you bandaged? I mean, otherwise it would seem weird that he stripped you and you're shirtless, because that would just be like, Moriarty, what is your deal? Like, why did you half strip? I mean, like, are you a pervert?
I just like seeing you naked. I just like seeing you naked, Holmes. I've always loved you.
Well, that's weird. I wasn't expecting that. But I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, is that from the fall, maybe? He got injured from the fall, so they bandaged him up? But I mean, you think he would mention that. Like, oh, apparently I was injured from the fall. Otherwise, what's with the bandages? Though, up to this point, it was just as I had predicted. No matter the course of events, I was able to get close to Moriarty's throat. Now all that remains is setting things with him once and for all. Settling things with him once and for all. I will defeat him by any means necessary. Even if I have to drag him down with me. As if to douse my determination, my burnt, inflamed arm throbs with pain. But see, the thing is like, you'd think it's the right hand his right hand is on our left, right? Because it's all bandaged up. But at the same time, that he was holding on, and he was holding us with his left hand, which would be the arm that's all burnt. But then it's like, but he was holding our arm, so I could understand it would really have only gotten onto his hand. But, I mean, it could have spread a little bit before it was treated. But it wouldn't have gotten all that way up his body. His whole body wouldn't be burnt like that. I mean, I could see a little bit on his arm, but his whole entire upper arm, shoulder, and chest like that? What's the deal? Anyway. Uh-huh. It's like she's digging her nails into me with her very remnants. If I was able to take Moriarty down with me, I could predict how Watson would react. He would get furious like an inferno. He would punch his fist down into my grave marker, cursing my name forever for having run off on my own. But what about her? Spacey. Would she get mad? Would she get sad? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the abs. Jesus. I can see them behind the thing. It's distracting because the words constantly go over. I'm trying to read the words, and then it's like you're just leading me right there to his stomach. Why? Goddamn game. Jesus! I need a minute. God, this fucking... Stop it! Or would she simply be in pain? Unable to infer an answer, I let out a sigh. Then... He's so pretty when crucified and with his hair down and all bandaged up and I mean, Jesus, those abs. But like, as if to cut off my thoughts, the sound of footsteps echoes through the narrow space.
It seems that you've awoken, Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, past, famed detective who, along with Watson, has solved a myriad of crimes. But after Mary, Watson's wife, was involved in a certain incident, he begins to pursue cases on his own. Indeed, thanks to you, I was able to get plenty of rest, James Moriarty. I'm greatly obliged for such a wonderful room, although the bed seems rather hard for my tastes.
Ah, my apologies. It would seem I have much to learn on the treatment of criminals.
Smiling at my banter, Moriarty mutters with squinted eyes.
It almost feels like old times, facing off against each other like this once more. When I heard you had died, I sank into despair and grief, asking, why? Why didn't I die alongside you? But now, even that grief feels nostalgic. It's like being reunited with a lover after being separated against my will.
And he's like, dude, this is getting weird. My apologies, but I would rather it be a woman if I'm to receive affection. Oh! Holmes. Us. But, you know, he's like, actually, as Sherlock Holmes, really, I'm pretty much just not into anybody, but whatever. We like this Holmes being straight better because it just works for us. Besides, if he's going to have a romance, it's going to be with one of our other hot guys because it's like, hello. You can't have Van Helsing, though, or Lupin because they're taken with each other. That's their bromance. You got a bromance with Watson. And he's got this weird, like, frenemies thing with Lupin. I love that. I just want to see him fight. No, anyway. Oh, the man harem's going to be so much fun. Please, God, we need that in a fan disc. I need that the 4th fan disc. Can somebody make this happen? Make it happen! Idea Factory. Everybody needs a reverse harem of this game. We all need it. You know we need it. I don't care. It could be the worst thing ever. It wouldn't be because this art is beautiful. The writing could be terrible. This art is gorgeous. I'm happy with it. Anyway.
Such as Spacey?
Oh, hey. Don't you bring her into this. Wait.
The spectacle earlier was truly a sight to behold. Even as she ate away at your lifespan with her poison, she wouldn't let go of your hand.
I can't do his voice anymore and just keeps turning into omnibus. It's really bizarre. I'm sorry.
A mere doll hanging shamelessly to the string of salvation because she herself didn't want to die. What's more, Lupin and the others left you behind without a second thought. Rather cold-hearted, wouldn't you say?
Yes, quite. If that's what he wants to think, then so be it. I wouldn't expect this man to understand emotion anyway. I fell right into your hand and am now your captive, as you can see. Never did I think that you would take over the nation itself. I'm at a complete defeat, Moriarty.
I would much prefer words of sincerity. Contrarily, your eyes still show life. And why did Lupin appear at that scene so conveniently? How long do you think we've been fighting? I can see right through you, Holmes. Essentially, you let yourself get captured, and now you're watching for the perfect moment to defeat me, even now. Yes?
An interesting thought. I don't mind you having your doubts and suspicions. But lest you forget, I'm bound and behind bars, as you can plainly see. Our eyes meet. Gazes that try to decipher the other's thoughts. Light and dark, our positions are completely opposite of one another. But somehow, I feel oddly mixed, as if we're kindred spirits in some sense.
There's one thing I don't understand, Detective.
What might that be, criminal?
If you wanted to settle the score with me, there were myriad opportunities without going through such trouble as this. That matter earlier, for instance, or even our encounter at Tower Bridge. If you were willing to do so at the risk of your life, you could have at least managed to kill me. No, it's different, to be precise. Even if we died by each other's hands, you were planning to kill me. You were planning to kill me until part way. Why then did you have a change of heart?
Moriarty makes a grimace, carrying out my silence. He looks displeased from the bottom of his heart, different for up to now.
It seems that you have something even more important than your final battle with me. That is not something I can allow.
His face distorted, Moriarty turns on his heels. What are you planning, Moriarty?
What I'm saying is that a party is best when it is extravagant. Let's throw an extravagant party that involves all of London.
A silence hangs over the prison once more after Moriarty leaves. In the quiet that accentuates the solitude, I ruminate those words. The final battle with my nemesis. Ever since I had killed Mary with my own hands, the feeling has been like a vice on my heart. Even while tracking the case. Even while enjoying a casual conversation. Even when I sleep, wake, or do anything. There was never a time when I forgot. But even so, why did I let that golden opportunity go to waste? And if the final battle is everything to me, then why should I care about what happens after? What need is there to even consider what happens after I'm dead? In any event, I should get moving. I speak in a dramatic manner and take out the thing that I had hidden in my mouth. It's a very thin string, a custom-made string of steel of great strength that I once used against Lupin. Unfortunately, I'm no damsel in distress. This time, James Moriarty, let's finally put an end to this. How is he getting anything out of his mouth when his hands are... How are you doing that? He is like fucking magical. Arsène Lupin! Damn you! Why did you leave Holmes behind? Watson's piercing anger shakes the windows. We've escaped from a desperate situation. Traveling along a route where they wouldn't be able to track us, we returned to St. Germain's mansion. An occasion that had been absent from my life, a gathering of Lupin's crew, including Deli and Cece. There's so many things for me to say, to apologize for, but right now doesn't seem like the appropriate time for any of that. There was still time back there. At the very least, I could have gone and helped. Why don't you relax a bit, John H. Watson? Oh, hey, look, it's like they're brothers. Look! They could be related! Oh, it's like his love child! Ah! Where's Victor? I just want him right next to them. I want fucking Watson in the middle and Lupin and Vic. I'm just so flustered. Victor over here on the right. I just need them all together. I just need all my boys together. Look, I need to see them. I'm like, look, it's like their love child. I know Watson's eyes are slightly more purpley purple than like Van Helsing's eyes or like a bluey purple, like, you know, but still. Well, his are more like a pinky purple and like Van Helsing's are a little more bluey purple, but still. Oh my god. What did you say? This man, Lupin, may seem irresponsible at a glance, but he is compassionate. If a man like Lupin came running back, rest assured that there may have been a good reason. There is something you don't see every day. Helsing backing up Lupin. I've known him long enough to be able to read him like an open book. Explain the situation for him, Lupin. He'll keep pitching a fit until you do. Lupin sighs as Van Helsing urges him and quietly begins to speak. I love our man Harem. That third-rate detective asked me not to divulge this information, but it was by Sholmes' own instructions that I left him behind. What? What do you mean? Directions? When did he give those? It didn't look like there was any time. One day, a child came to deliver a letter without a sender or addressee. It had a map and a note that said, if you deliver this letter to Count St. Germain's mansion, you'll be rewarded. I assumed that, while he was returning, he left a letter somewhere on the street. He was even able to calculate that someone would deliver the letter for the reward. And St. Germain's like, I had to pay the reward, so I'm holding him responsible and he'll have to pay me back. I'm not generous like that, okay? I'll stab a bitch. So, written on that letter was a notice about how you lot were in a predicament, along with something of a memo. The rest said, if necessary, leave me behind. I want you to save just the two. That sort of line. That bastard! Only thinking about himself again. Watson slams his fist down on the desk and clenches his teeth. He then stomps his feet and puts his hand on the door. Watson, where are you going? Nowhere. I won't do anything rash. I'm just gonna cool my head. And I'm sorry for taking out my anger on you, even after you saved us. After Watson leaves the room, a quiet falls over it. And they look at me. You're not adding him to the harem, are you? I mean, he doesn't have a wife, and, you know, he's adorable. And, like, come on, guys. Like, ugh. I just imagine that's how these discussions go when Spacey brings a new boy into the harem. An empty space, as if a storm had passed. Amidst that atmosphere, Impey was the one to break that silence. It's a bit hard to celebrate with all that happened, but anyway, you're safe now, Spacey. Yes, I think we have plenty reason to celebrate in that respect. How's your wound, by the way? If it hurts at all, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm fine, thanks to your treatment. If I'm being honest, the wound from the bullet grazing my hand still hurts. Under this glove that's held by the poison-resistant bandage, the wound is still emitting heat. But I can withstand an unlimited amount of physical pain. What I can't withstand is my heart's pain. The feeling of loss when Sholmes' hand became further away. I want to remember his warmth. But feeling as if I'll remember that sensation of his burning skin, I let my hand drop down and turn to face everyone. Everyone, allow me to apologize. You've all been so good to me, and I apologize for leaving without a word. And thanks for saving me yet again. I heard the situation from the Count. We're the ones who should be apologizing. Right, for not realizing your pain this entire time. I was lacking in consideration. If you felt so cornered that you were going to run away, I should have tried to hear you out. No, I'm the one who left the mansion without telling anyone. Yes, that will do. An apology contest won't do anyone any good. More important is what we'll do from here on, correct? Okay. I gotta stop this, because we're about to run out of time anyway, but also, because we keep playing this game, and for the last, 7,000 parts, okay, well, since we started this path, I keep fucking forgetting every single time, and you'd think every time Saint Germain pops up that I would remember this, right? So, I just have to say this, because, we're we should wrap up here anyway. I know we have a little bit probably longer in this, but I'm not okay. We're not good at ending it aside from in the middle of a conversation. That's what we do now, apparently. Whatever, deal with it. Sorry, but I know we can't play Diabolic Lovers for like forever until I can learn to read Japanese. Okay. But I started watching the anime because I was like, I just really want to watch this. And I already, since I hadn't thought of learning Japanese before, and it was only in Japanese, I was like, well, let me just read about this game, right? And that's when I went, we really need to play this. And okay, there's guides, and I'm gonna buy it. And we'll just learn to read Japanese, or we'll use a guide or something, and we'll figure it out. That kind of spurned the, that kind of actually forced me into the we're learning fucking Japanese now. Because I'd been thinking about it because there's so many games, but that was really like the kicker because that game is fucked up. That's messed up. Every single one of those boys in that is an asshole. They're rapey, and they are a seriously fucked up past. It's great. It's amazing. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, so I'm watching the anime, and there's one, and I'm like, he's my favorite because he is literally a motherfucking psychopath. They're all motherfucking psychopaths, so it's really hard, right? And I'm like, his voice, it sounds familiar, and it strikes me, I honestly thought for a second it was Van Helsing because he does Undertaker, and Undertaker sounds a little crazy. And there's a little craziness like that, and I'm just really impressed with Japanese voice actors who can like sound a little nutter butters and then all of a sudden say something and you're like, "And now you're sexy. What the fuck? Oh my god. You're like all crazy and then you're sexy." Oh! What is this? I love it, right? I just love it. But anyway, so I gotta look up the voice actors because if it's fucking Van Helsing, I'm gonna lose my shit. No, guys, it's fucking Saint Germain. It's fucking Saint Germain. It is. And I was like, well, there you go. Ah! Oh my god, it's great. Oh my god, I love it. And I just had to share that with you, and I've been like waiting till we play this game, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait. And then I've just have completely forgotten for like, what are we on, like 50 parts? Okay, since we started, I only started watching it recently, so since we started Sholmes's route. And I was like, it would have been the perfect time when he showed up and we were having the nice conversation. He's like, oh, okay, I'll tell everyone. And you're like, he's a crazy ass vampire who's like really psycho and likes to call the MC little bitch. It's fucking amazing. Because when I hear this, I'm just like, it's the same guy who does Saint Germain. That's weird. Because the way they do it is like, I'm sure he's probably the voice actor in the game too. Not that we ever hear the voices, but Japan's really nice when they do like games and animes on the same thing because they use the same voice actors. Unlike when we do it in America, we're like, well, the game's gonna have one person and then the anime's gonna have someone different. No, fuck you. Use the same people. Okay, we need to. This is a thing. Use the same people. It's more fun that way. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you because it makes me giggle. I love it. I know that like voice actors for games and animes are like fucking. There's like some of those people do like a bazillion things, and I know it's the same thing with American voice actors, but it's just, this is so much more fun for me now when I watch and I'm like, who's in there? And I can connect. I'm pretty sure Impei is a voice in Hakuoki too, I think. I think it's him, but that's amazing too, so that's fun. Or is he, isn't it? There was something about that. I'll have to look that up again, but we'll figure out when we get there, which is what we're going to play after this, but anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here now that I shared that tidbit. So have fun. Think about that. And I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.